Hello guys, my name is Alex. In today's video, I'm going to talk about some topics because I've made some challenge that is just recording me myself in the camera in order to check my progress along the 100 times videos that I'm going to make. So, and for this day, I'm going to keep doing this kind of video that is related with the you know, uh, in Cambridge test, international test, in order to get familiarized with the format. But I'm gonna answer all the questions I'm gonna have, but it's just related with this begin part. So, and I have to say that in order to I can upload that video on YouTube, the times I'm gonna talk, it's just gonna be around 15 minutes. So I need to be very concise with the answer and try to see all my times I'm going to speaking of and this topic. So I'm going to get started with the opening questions. For example, in this, as you can see in the left side, we have simple questions, opening questions, as I would say. And for example, the first one is I'm going to choose just one. I'm going to choose for one typical kind of questions. The first one I would rate is what do you like studying English, about studying English? I would say that um, it's because I feel I have strong faith that the education and also my work and 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 my talent and also my passions is I'm gonna be fulfill feel fulfillment in my life, not only in my personal life but professional life, spiritual life. So education, I think if we study anything that's going to help us in our growing aspect in our areas, we are going to grow, and also we are going to be happy in all the human beings. So my personal goals, my professional goals, all my goals that I've set to my future, either short, medium, long terms, it's based on studying and also work, obviously. But studying English is going to help me truly to reach that goal that I've set. So for and also I like is there learning new things, new perspective in another language. Okay, personal background. Would you like to live in the same place for a long time? I would say yes, but in certain age, I'm gonna feel that kind of feelings because throughout for all my life, um, for many reasons, I've moved to another area in order to work and study in the same way. Um, but when I feel that I'm more confident, more specialized with my skills, and have a strong foundation economically in my life, in my business, in my investments, and I want to have the freedoms and the power of choose where I'm gonna like to uh, settle in my life. Because it's important to know that when you're gonna settle, because you're gonna need some place in order to raise your children and take care of your family, your spouse. I mean, you need to make roots, and for that reason, but it's a process. I'm sure, and that all human beings, man or woman, are gonna have in some days. All in my case, for my study and work reasons, see, I have not some specific place for living for a long term, but I know someday, and I really I'm gonna settle down some place. I hope and I know I really comfortable, and I will and I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna feel fine with that place that I'm gonna settle down, work and study. Would you like to do in the same job forever? It depends, because as you know, as a technical professional work, you have chose some uh, technical skills you got in university or institutes, but it's some specific skills you got there in order to apply some to in order to get solution in one to another personal problem or company problem. So, and as nowadays we have many business company size out there, so in some way the size of one company or institute is going to limit your capacity or growing skills, and so as I can feel that I can grow professionally and skill and also personally in my life in one business company, I can scale professional either personally and professionally. I gotta feel more motivated in order to get to stay more for more long time. Yeah. Um yeah. And another things characteristic as well need to consider. Yeah. That's the reason I that's one criteria I would consider in order to choose one place to work for a long time. It's my personal and entertainment. Um, do you prefer to go out with your friends or your family? Hmm. I would say that I grew up with my family, obviously as a regular family, uh, just until one specific time, because I came from one family who grew up, which is when my mother, my father, I mean, my father has forsaken us for I don't know why the reason, but we grew up in that way, just with my siblings and my mother. So and we need to work really hard in order to get food, get education, get enough money to cover our education expenses. So, but we have not much, let's say, that kind of habits to go to cine, I would say. So I wouldn't say that I actually like to go to the cinema with my family, and but I would say that I just like to go to cinema with my friends or my 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 s- my my cousin. Yeah, because we are the same age, we same the same feelings, afraid, curiosity, and something exciting emotions, and it's cool. You feel comfortable with that kind of people. Yeah, and for that reason, I would prefer either with my friends or maybe with my girlfriend. And the last question for the part one is travel and holiday. What is the most interesting place you have visited and why? Yeah, so far I visited Chile capital called Santiago Lima and located in the south of Chile. But I consider this is one holiday and at the same time travel because I went there in order to travel there for 1 year. But at the same times I I make tourist activities over there in my weekends when I'm working there as an employee. And I consider it was one of my great experience, tourist experience. Great because I is we share the same language, the Spanish, let's say, but we have particular traditions in different countries. I would say the first thing that I noticed there in Santiago, Chile, that is the life, the infrastructure of the city is modern. Although there are more buildings in capital city, high skyscraper, um, beautiful distribution of the way of the roads. The train station is more organized, and you can stay in the stop station, and you're gonna get the train on time. And the train station more fluid because there are more uh, lines in the train station, like 5 lines. So you're not gonna have the stress with the traffic there compared with the Lima, the Peru capital. It's more stressful. And so this was all like for that when I was commuting to my work and maybe visiting some touristic places in Chile. And also another thing I like when I went there was the winter season was really cool, really cool. Uh, to say that I being in the coast area or in the coast area, you can feel that really cold weather in the winter. You need in order to stay warm and healthy, you need to cover all your body with the clothes with winter clothes. And it was crazy. It was exciting. and and also I visited the beautiful beaches over there with my friends. We went to the lakes over there. I consider, this tourist place and also something expensive to live in. I could afford that touristic trip because I worked there for a certain period of time. And so this is my trip I really like. Well, today and now let's move to the part two, environment. And this I also gonna compare two image. Yeah, as you can see in the first one, it says, what impact did you do this in situation have in environment? Photo A, photo B. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I have the answer. Um, and as you can see in the first, I can say that I can see the first one image. I can see this kind of building uh, can administrate some natural energy to the society by a uh, air force, let's say. Um, this building is gonna get energy, electricity, let's say. I think in order to administrate that area, or maybe to the other one, center energy in the town. And compare with the second image, I can say that the first ones and the pollution that this cause is zero or none, versus with the second one, this kind of uh, plant energy plant, this is gonna um, add so much pollution to the environment, bad pollutions. And and also I can say this is, I think it seems like an energy nuclear uh, plant for the shapes of that those buildings. And yes, that this is the main difference between these two image. And also I can say that the second one, this kind of building can store and create great quantity of energy through this chemical works, let's say. And economical is more convenient, I think, for the giant companies. But in the same time, the second one is, in order to work this kind of plants, it requires a lot of investment in maintenance and professional skills. Okay, in this, what can we do to protect the environment? It's, yeah. What we can do to protect the environment nowadays, I would say that is through our example as a or our behavior, uh, when we are using in our daily basis this kind of energy, right? And educate our children in the future generations, like our children's, the correct way to how we can take care our environments, sin, from our daily basis, daily activities or behaviors. For example, we can start take care of the environment just with habits to being healthy, right? Healthy, take care of your home, uh, the the neighborhoods, and take care of the green areas of your neighborhoods, not destroy them in order, and also do not contaminate the waters that you are administrating your home. And the likes maybe in your country you have, do not pour some bad chemical station in simple things. If we get that education, right education, through how we can take care of the environment, in long times you can multiply your action, your education by thousand million times. It's gonna make the difference in the difference, and you are gonna be able to save, you take care for more times maybe, and the environment, either be the lakes, water, climate change. And also I know that the her lifetimes is millions of years, but it doesn't mean that the quality of the environments we are living right now is gonna be convenient. right? We can, yeah, do we probably the Hertz life is gonna be okay with or without us, but we can